Hey there, it's Fight here with a review of WebinarHD. Now, this is a work in progress, not mine, the review not, the actual product. So far, I can give you the heads up, the big summary. It's not ready for prime time yet. It is unfortunately too buggy. I don't know what they're doing in their testing, but whatever I try, I can't get this to work. The underlying philosophy, the approach to the design of it is beautiful. I really like it. To just give you an idea, they allow you to do instant webinars, normal webinars, but also streaming on Facebook and YouTube, all under one platform, as well as doing evergreen webinars. So when this works, once they've ironed out the bugs, fantastic. WebinarHD will be a fantastic platform. Unfortunately, it's not quite ready yet. So to give you a very quick idea, when you set up a webinar, setup, test, give it a test, setup, whatever, we give it a time. I'm going to have to give this a time in the past so I can start it straight away. Actually, why not? We go for $1,700, whatever. And my description. There are all kinds of really good things about their process. For example, here they force you to put in a presenter, which is really good because in GoToWebinar, sometimes it's easy to forget. And then you don't get a reminder and you turn up late for your webinar. All kinds of good things here, various videos on the registration page, the thank you page. So this is more of an all-in-one package, really aimed at marketers. Does a really good job at that, so that's all fantastic. Email notifications, again, that's a big letdown in GoToWebinar because it's kind of hidden on the side. So it's easy to forget about this and then they get sent out with stupid account emails, etc. This is much, much better. But all of this makes, or doesn't really matter if you can't do a presentation or get a replay, right? So here, upload slides. This has worked or has not worked, depending on how it feels, right? So I'm just going to go and try to upload again. Downloads, what was I looking at? So it takes a PDF, which is fair enough, and then I'm going to go for this stack of, where's my Mimi? No, that's not what I want. Give me ones. Wise. That's the one I wanted. Here is a PDF of slides, and it should be uploading them. There we go. Here they are. Go to next and create. Now, if I'm lucky, it'll load them. And if I'm unlucky, it'll stop somewhere around about here. Oh, look. And I have no idea what's going on here, right? So, basically, it's already died because it's not loading. It's doing something bizarre. So, I might as well stop here. But I'm not going to stop. I am going to reload this page and start a new attempt without uploading some slides. So, as you can see, it's all dead now. Dead, time 1700, why not? Description dead. Let's try this whole thing again. And I need to do it again because I had to refresh the page. Yep, dead. I'm not uploading slides just because, well, we actually want to run a webinar, right? So there you go. This is my webinar. All in all, I like it. I really like it. If this please works, absolutely fantastic. So there you go. This starts in 35 minutes. Here's the video I could have replaced. That's the sign up. Please, whatever, enter your name and email, etc. So, all cool. Then I am going to go to my webinars. Here is dead. And I mean, this is beautiful. Look at this. I click on this and it's done. It's up and running. That is fantastic. Compared to GoToWebinar where it goes crunch, crunch, crunch. Maybe I'll talk to you. Maybe I won't. So the thing that happened now is I basically did a lot of testing, as you saw with my overview of existing and past. Actually, I haven't seen those yet, but it doesn't matter. So what you've got in here is sound. Yes, I can hear. The webcam is on, off. Sound is on, off. Then share screen. I can share my screen. I can show the slides, etc. All very cool. Now, what I did initially... Oh, shut up, phone. Give me 1 second. I need to shut up this phone here. So there we go. So what I did initially was, well, I want to have everything set up so my screen is visible. And then I started the webinar. And guess what? It didn't do... Well, sometimes it did record, sometimes it didn't. So I reached out and they said, well, you know, really what you need to do is you start the webinar first and then you start showing your stuff. I'm going, yeah, fantastic. That's exactly what everyone wants to see on the, you know, on a webinar. Plus, you need to clear your cookies. I'm going, pardon me, what? I'm not going to go and clear my cache and my cookies every time I want to start a webinar. I mean, hello? Anyway, so now just for kicks, I'm going to start my webinar. So nothing is on, so I now need to go and switch on my webcam. Oh, incidentally, this here it's a limitation of, I guess, Windows. By default, hello, look, there we are, hello. It uses the webcam in my laptop. If I want to use my external webcam, which I normally do, I now have to go into the Windows setting, you know, disable the built-in camera, and as a result, it'll then show by default this external one. Apparently, it's the only way to do it. Well, there you go. I could probably live with that, but it's still kind of annoying. Now, if I did the recording, I would now switch on the sound. Of course, I would do that a lot earlier, and share my screen. Okay, share my screen actually is really, really good, except it isn't. So share my screen, I go and look at, for example, this thing over here. So now I've got this layout, right? There's my screen, there's my webcam, or okay, why not? So they have all kinds of layouts. This one here is for multi-speakers. This one here is if you have a couple of speakers and you want to overlay the webcam over the screen, so it looks like this here. So down here, if I hide the admin, you can now see my hand mouse moving, right? Okay, fair enough. So this is all recording, supposedly. Big drawback number 1, or number 7, or number 15. If I now go to the actual thing here, right? This here, I mean, that's kind of the video I want to play. If I now go and play the video, you will hear it in Camtasia, right? You'll hear Pete talk. You'll also hear Pete talk very, very quickly because I have one of these, you know, high-speed thingy-wingies going on. Anyway, the problem is, in here, it doesn't record it. Oh, okay, annoying. So how are you going to go and show a video where you want people to listen to the sound? Aha! Well, they have got this special option where you need to stop sharing. Then you go to presentation materials and you type in the URL of your video. And, okay, well, that works for YouTube. But it doesn't work for this thing here. Okay, this is someone else's video. So basically, already I'm going to make whale sounds. Already back to sharing screens. Over to this one here because we're going to have some more fun, right? Where is he? Pete. There we go. Now I don't know if this is going to work. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open a YouTube screen on Pete's window because I know this definitely blows up. And I'm going to go for this very first video here. Reset your BIOS in 60 seconds. Oh, come on. Alright, so now it should show the screen. Reset your BIOS in 60 seconds. And it is playing, all wonderful. Again, you don't hear the sound, which is kind of annoying. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to, and you will see this here. So this is the window I've got. I'm going to make it narrower, just because I can, right? Because I'm evil. So as you can see, this thing probably should shrink. Come on, shrink. Shrink some. Ooh, I don't know what happened here. Okay, so it's probably gotten a little bit smaller. And this has adapted. That's all very well. Last time I tried this then completely blew up in the recording, and this was completely stretched all over the place. So there you go. Right now, well, the one thing we haven't done yet, I mean, even if you said, look, I don't really care about resizing windows, I don't care about the sound, and I don't care about not being able to just overlay a video very quickly. The one thing I haven't done, I couldn't. Presentation materials, of course, if I can't do the slides because it didn't let me to, well, it didn't let me, I can't do it. Of course, the way around it would be to share the screen of your PowerPoint, but really, that's probably not the purpose of this thing. So I'm going to end this webinar, and then we're going to have a look at the actual recording. And this actually is a real high point. The rendering is really fast. I mean, really fast. Where was my past event? I know what I call it. Oh, help. I can't even remember what it was called. Was it this one here? Setup test, right? So we ran this past event. Which one? Dead. There you go. We ran dead. Okay, not ready yet, but you know, that was a few seconds. That is okay. I've seen platforms where this takes days. So there we go, past events. So as you can see, I have tried quite a few things, and every single one kind of blew up in my face with yet another major bug. So let's try dead. Okay, so you see how fast this is. That was real-time rendering. Okay, cool. So now we should have a video where fairly quickly you see my hand. Then you should hear my voice come on after a while. And as you can see, I'm wiggling really quickly because I'm doing the speed up play thing. I'm using Enounce my speed. But it doesn't really matter. It's a recording. This should now download, and it should very quickly show my screen. As in, you know, the bits we saw earlier, namely this one here. That's what we should see in a second. So there you go. And now this whole white thing in the middle should be full of this here, but it isn't. And I'm sorry if, you know, the answer I got, you know, give me 1 second. I'll find the answer for you, what they told me to do. In addition to, actually, let me just pause this here. So as you clearly can see, you know, it doesn't really show anything. Sometimes it did show enough clearing of cookies and caches, didn't make it work. So what they told me to do was you have to change layouts to get share screen to change. Well, I don't know. Okay, you have to change layouts to get share screen to change. The thing is, it at some point worked. Sometimes something works, sometimes something else doesn't work. So, all in all, yeah, I just don't know. No, right? Unfortunately, it's simply a no. There you go. I hope this was hopeful, and it's meant to be constructive. I've sent them 3 or 4 videos with bits that they need to change, and well, you know, this is the current state. So I would say, let a few thousand people test it out, and once they've fixed all the bugs, then go and get a copy. Because the underlying... Alright, so, you know, with all the moaning out of the way, the underlying approach is really nice, both from a design perspective, forcing you to enter the stuff that's really important, as well as the technological side. So what they're doing is, with all these different streams you've got coming in, you know, the webcams and the presentation and videos, etc., that's all apparently assembled into one stream with some magic on the back end. So it looks very exciting, but unfortunately just doesn't work at the moment. Alrighty, cheers, bye.